Hey everybody, I just wanted to do a quick video of this loaded pick guard I bought off of Amazon for 35 bucks. I thought it's pretty decent looking. Just got the package, just opened it. Haven't wired it up yet, but just from looking at it, looks pretty nice. I paid I think 35 bucks for it, free shipping, free 2-day shipping from Prime. And just thought I'd kind of show you guys what it looks like. Um, the solder looks real nice and everything. Looks pretty decent quality. I paid, especially for paying 35 bucks. But, getting the light a little better. But, the pots look decent. Solder looks decent. The switch feels nice, and so do all three of the pots. They turn and everything feel nice. And, just for comparison, I have this control plate out of a Squier Jazz Bass. I'll put it next to the controls here. And, the pots are similar. Look, they're different. They have different markings, but, the pots are similar looking. The solder job is comparable between the two. Even looks like it might have the same capacitor. See that green capacitor here is, looks pretty similar to those two capacitors right there. And, this wiring is all pretty nice wiring. This is, I don't know, probably 16 or 18 gauge wire. It's got heat shrink on it. The solder is all looks real nice. It's not, nothing's loose. Really, the only issue with this I could see is, if I can get this back in here, is that some of the holes in the pick guard don't line up with the holes in the body. But this is not a Fender or Squier body, so I don't know what this body is. I've had it laying around for a while. This neck is, I think, off of a Johnson, but this body is, I don't even think it's Alder. I think it's Basswood. Basswood body, maple neck, rosewood board. But, so, I don't know if these are all the original, or if these whole locations all would match up with the Fender. But if you're putting this on a, a Fender or Squier, like a Made in Mexico or Squiers, I would think that the holes would line up. But as you see on here, there's really only, this hole here lines up and that one lines up. A couple of the others are close, but I'm going to have to drill most of the holes. But, ain't a big deal, especially for 35 bucks. And it was shipped real nice, too. It came in this envelope here, wrapped in bubble wrap in a bag. It was branded as, let's see, I don't know if you can see that. Let me get this to focus here. Beyond was the brand. Beyond, triple single pre-wired pick guard. And they had these in a couple of different colors and pickup configurations. This one's obviously the 3 single coils on a tortoise guard, but they had, black guard with 3 cream single coils and, pots and switch and everything. And then they had like an HSS and then HSH, and then they had ones with mini rails, like mini rail, single, or rail, or rail, single rail, a couple different configurations. And I think the most expensive was maybe 45 bucks, and that was, I think, the one that was a humbucker and 2 rails. And like I said, this was branded as the Beyond brand on Amazon, which there seems to be about 3 brands that they saw on Amazon: Beyond, K-Mize, and Music Lily. K-Mize being the cheapest, like around 15 bucks for a loaded guard, and then the Music Lilies were like 20 something. But I read all the reviews, and this one seemed to have the best reviews. Averaged just a hair over 4 stars, I think. Majority of the reviews being 4 or 5 stars, and most of the people saying, hey, it works good. A couple people saying, hey, holes didn't line up right, but again, they were putting it on a body that wasn't a Fender or a Squier. So, I think that's to be expected when you're doing stuff like this. And there were a couple people that said they got theirs and they wired it up and it didn't work, but I have a feeling that those people probably wired it wrong, did something wrong. Because most of the reviews were positive, and most of the people said they sound pretty decent. So, obviously, I don't have this wired up yet, but, maybe tomorrow morning after I get home from work, I'll wire it up. get wired up and maybe plug it in and do a short little video how it sounds. I ain't much of a player, but at least strum a few chords and show you what it sounds like. But so yeah, I thought this might be a good option for some people. I'm impressed with the quality so far for $35. It don't seem bad at all. I mean, just for comparison, that Squire, that's out of a jazz bass, and I bought a loaded Fender pickguard for that for I don't know 120 bucks I think, and that's already in the base. And just from comparing the quality between the two, that doesn't really seem to me this doesn't seem to be that much lower quality. In fact, I'd say it's probably about equal quality. Granted, I don't know how it sounds. It could sound like complete crap, but just I was expecting to have to resolder connections and maybe clean and lube the pots up and everything. But like, switch feels solid. Pots are nice. They're not too stiff. They're not too loose. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this overall. So yeah, thought this might be useful for somebody. So we'll see. Maybe tomorrow I'll get it wired up and get a sound clip or two up for you. Anyway, I hope you find this useful.